listen over. You a queen when I less than I'm a gozy. Owamie, Owamie. Owamie, Owamie. Owamie, Owamie. Owamie, Owamie. Girl, you're such a powerful woman.
Hi ninjas, how are you doing? It's a girl, Owamie Chwazaro, aka Miss Fear, for collaborating back for our entertainment. If it's the first time joining me, was definitely welcome. Please do make sure that I subscribe and obviously hit the bell. I absolutely love you. Now my ninjas, a young African and famous, is it? Young African and Famous is actually out season 3, and when I tell you guys, I watched it all and I am here with some scope. So if you've not watched it, I will not advise you to watch today's videos. Rush, go watch it and then come here to hear what my take is, because what I'm going to do is that I'm going to kind of break them down just so that I can be able to tell you guys like everything, like, you know, people, couples, all this chende that is actually going down, because there was a lot of some foolishness that I actually saw, and I thought, let me go ahead and break it down. I mean, we don't really have much that is going on right now in Celebville, so why not actually just make it a day, you know? So yeah, you should look forward or look out for videos that will be coming out today. So today we're going to go ahead and start off by Annie. Oh, Annie Adibia. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing her name right, but she is a Nigerian woman, beautiful, very gorgeous. She's married to Two-Face, who is really two-faced, because this nigga has been cheating from the dawn of, let me not talk too much. This man is this woman's poison, in my personal opinion. When I tell you guys that when we met Annie from like season 1, she seemed to be okay-ish, you know. You could see that she's not really okay. I mean, you could see, if you're somebody that, you know, especially vendor eye, if you got that, you could see that she's not somebody that is like fine. But it seems like as seasons go, she really is just This season she was worse. I'm scared for the 4th season, if, you know, she comes back, how she's actually going to be. First of all, let's talk about her appearance. She wasn't looking her best. You know, I'm out here, I've got no crew, I ain't got no private jet money, I ain't got the kind of money that they have, and when I tell you this wig is laid way better than the wigs that Annie was having this season, it is no joke, Shbobamke. It is no joke. They were horrible. Whoever was doing them, they should fire the person. But in my mind, I have a feeling, I think she was just doing those wigs herself. It's not even funny, Shem, because I'm sure those are very expensive wigs laid horribly. And for the mere fact that, you know, on demand, she was not feeling well, she was able to call her husband, and her husband was able to just send a plane, like literally not, oh yeah, let me buy you a plane ticket, even if I can do business class. Her own, like a private jet to come fetch her. You would think they would actually like fly in some hairdressers from Nigeria, because we know those people eat when it comes to hair. You would think that they would just do that. They'll be like, girl, the foolishness that was your wigs, laying styles, when you go back to South Africa, let me just make sure that you're also going back with a hairstylist, a hairdresser that will be on call to make sure that our girl looks good, because she was not looking good at all with those wigs. Girl, I'm so sorry if you come across this video, but you watched it, you saw. There was even a scene where, I don't know, I feel like those people are shady, guys. Like, her wig was laid even here and it was lifted. It was white. And I was like, it was horrible. Like, it was horrible. I don't know how much I should say it was horrible, but the wig laying styles were just horrible. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2, let's talk about Annie's behavior. You know, her body language, basically. I don't know if she's getting twitches or what is going on with her. But what I've realized is that it's almost like she's always on a brink of crying. It's almost like she wants to cry every single like time she's talking. Like if she's talking and there's a bit of a disagreement, it seems like she wants to just cry. I don't know if that's just how she speaks, but she's someone that she's not quick with it. I feel like due to the way that she speaks, like I can ma'am, I can never do that to you because I love Annie. I was still going to talk about it, but I love her. But you know, she's not somebody that will usually win an argument, because by the time she puts out what she was trying to say, you have gone on to speak 1 billion things, you know. So yeah, she always has that. And what I've seen also is that she has these veins that actually come out here. I don't know what's going on with her, but yeah, you know. And then there's also the head movement. This season it was worse, it was worse. Like, girl, if you're going through some medical condition, I'm sorry. We do not know, obviously. But something was just, when she's talking, it was just not torturing, you know? So, yeah, like that's why I was saying I don't know if she just has like maybe twitches or what's going on there. There are people that have been saying that, you know, her mental health is down. I think if you're someone that have been watching since season 1, you would see that her mental health is definitely like down the drain. My personal opinion, I feel like she's definitely not okay. But there are other people that are actually accusing her of, you know, being on some substance maybe, which I do not know, and I honestly won't even comment on that because I just saw that on Twitter, you know. We do not know. The other thing again that I'm going to talk about is the fact that this season she was the villain of the season. Okay, personally for me, I will not even lie to you guys. I felt like there were some people, aka Nadia Nakai, which we're still going to get to in another video. I felt like she was definitely being targeted. I felt like people were targeting Annie, and whenever they just did not have storylines, I felt like they held on to just making Annie the villain. Number one, I'm not saying she was completely right with everything. I just feel like the people in the group kind of blew things out of proportion, and I felt like they were really treating her so bad. Those people in that group have done so much worse to each other, but somehow, you know, oh Nadia and I don't care if you guys felt to she was well, I'm still gonna talk about her as I said, but I felt like there was a lot of unfairness that was actually going on when it came to Annie, and I also felt like she just didn't have a friend really, you know. I mean, you know, it's bad when Zari had to step in and be her friend. You know, it's bad. Okay, that's how bad it was. And I just felt like she didn't have anyone that she could confide in. The moment she talks to someone about anything, they're going back and they're talking crap about it, and they're telling the person not even in the right context, in my opinion. So yeah, I did honestly feel a bit sorry for her. You know, it was really not nice. I mean, she organized a party, and you know, she even asked Naked to be the one that would you know, get everyone together, and because she wanted to apologize. But then we had a new cast member, Miss Iniedu, okay, who I have loved for many years, but from this season we're gonna talk about it, right? But anyway, you know, it ended up blowing up and being a huge fight. Nadia acted like Annie is the one that just, I don't know, killed a family member or something. Like, girl was just being so extra for no reason, in my personal opinion, you know. So I did really feel sorry for her. She had to walk away, you know, or walk out in, you know, different events. I don't even know why she came back, honestly, for this season, because I felt like, you know, there was not really anything good that she could say. I mean, in my opinion, of course. I also want to say that, you know, this season she did make up with Swenke, who is her friend. But do I think it's over? I really honestly do not think so. What do I think about the situation that they're fighting about? I 1000% believe Swenke lied. Jesse lied. He claimed that there was an audio that was there that, you know, had Annie actually talking rubbish about him. Annie has been begging for that audio to be released, and even till today, that audio has not been released. So I guess the one that is sitting out here, let's move on from this. Boy, put out that recording so that we can lay this whole issue to bed. He does not have it. If he had it, trust and believe he would have played it to one of the cast members there. So he definitely does not have it, and that's my personal opinion. And I feel like that was really honestly just so unfair due to the fact that Swinky is so loud and he's able to shout and do this and do that. I feel like a lot of people don't want to go against him, and so when Annie did, everybody, of course, most of them, they were gonna stand with Swinky, but I don't think a lot of people actually sat down to say, hey, wait a minute, you said this, back it up. You did say that the audio was there, back it up. All of a sudden now, it was a phone call, it was a three-way, what, which he did say even in the beginning, but you did say there was a recording, my dear, and you lied about that. So what makes us believe that you didn't lie about even the phone call that you're talking about? If you were able to come out here and talk about a recording that you are holding on the jaws of life, why can't you just prove it wrong if that recording is there? So Annie was very hurt. She says that her child, I don't know, children were being bullied over that, and again, she's Nigerian, so the things that they take as important over there and the things that we take as important over here, apparently that side they value loyalty. Here in South Africa, it's not that deep, it's not that deep. So I'm not gonna try downplay it because I don't understand their culture fully. But she also did reveal that she was pregnant with twins and she lost the pregnancy, and she did seem to be distraught. She did open up to Naked, which I felt it was a really sad moment. I don't believe any mother deserves to lose her child or children, especially if they want to. So yeah, it was a really sad moment that she was pregnant. She couldn't even celebrate with that group, and she had a miscarriage and she had to deal with it privately still because she couldn't even tell them. Those are not your friends, okay? If they give you anxiety, they're not your friend. If they gang up on you, which they have, they did gang up on her. When I tell you guys that this season Nadia Nakai came with a bone and she was like, I'm directing it towards Annie and I'm gonna make sure. She made sure, okay? So yeah, I just felt this season was just so unfair towards Annie. I wish she never even came back. When I saw Iniedu, I was like, at least her sister, and again they were talking that they're very close. However, I did feel like Annie did overreact. The first conversation, the first meetup, even over the phone, I felt like she was acting very weird and strange, and her mood swings, man. Something off. But off with Annie, guys. I don't even want to lie. One moment she's here, next moment she's there, next moment she's there. You can't Tolakal. Where is you? So yeah, I felt like with that conversation that she had with Iniedu, there was no disrespect there, or anything, or side taking. She was just trying to say, hey, let's get to a common ground. I mean, this has been happening for years. What do we need to do to put it there? And oh my gosh. Oh, and Iniedu is talking one thing, Annie is on another. Like it was just, something is not okay. I do hope that she's going to get some mental health professional, whatever. They got money for a private jet. They better have money for the psychologist because she needs it. In my personal opinion, girl needs a psychologist and maybe a psychiatrist, because, it's not looking good, But anyway, yeah, I feel like this season she was really made the villain. The time that she was talking about Zari's husband, he is young. Why was everyone acting like she said something that was so? We can all see that's a boy. That ain't no man. Like, he's a boy. He's young. Like, he's so young. Literally standing next to Zara's kids. He blends. He looks like one of her children. So I don't understand why people were attacking Annie and making it seem like. Zara even went on to attack as well. Like, she's asking, hey, my family this, my family that. Ma'am, you married a boy. And he's very young. You know it. We know it. You see it. We see it. You cannot expect people to not talk about it. People are going to talk about it because it is a bit odd, It is a bit strange. But I'm here to say power to you, my lady. And we're going to talk about you in the next video because, as I said, I want to separate them so that we can focus on, individuals and couples. But yeah, for me, honestly, I just felt like they really just were trying to make her be the worst person, and she really wasn't. I did feel sorry for her, I won't lie. And again, it's also because I felt like that there's definitely some things happening with her. She needs help. She definitely needs some help. Her husband wasn't on the season. However, she did call him, and that was when he said he's gonna send her a plane, whatever. I wish that you guys that are out there can see the effects of staying with a mother freaking nigga that keeps cheating on you, a mother freaking nigga that keeps embarrassing and humiliating you. I can't imagine the life that woman lives. After how many times have her husband actually like embarrassed her? There've been so many rumors of him impregnating this and that, and every single time she fights with the women in the group, they throw that back at her. Zara was like, you should be worried about your man that has children everywhere and stuff like that. And it's not nice, because she has nothing to do with it. She's not going to walk around with like literally handcuffs to make sure that her husband does not do the things that he does. But she does have a choice, and her choice is she chooses to stay, and this man has embarrassed her so much. And you would think he would stop, but men don't think like that. The more and more you actually show him that I tolerate BS, he's like, let me show you, and let me introduce you to another level. Let me introduce you to, it's like they hate you. They need to get you at your breaking point. And unfortunately, I feel like Annie has definitely reached there. I don't know what's going on with her, but all the love to you, sis. Please go see a shrink. Yeah. Anyway, do go ahead and comment down below what you guys think of this whole situation. From Owamie, it was alright. I love you guys. Stay blessed, and I will see you guys in my next upload. Bye, ninja.